Kids Play 1. What's good, everybody? I'm Dad from Dad and Kids Play 1, and this is Dan Movelist from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. We're going to go all over Dan moves and discuss tips and strategies to help you learn and play the character better. With that being said, let's get started. Okay, starting off this move list is the goddocaine. The goddocaine is Dan's modified version of the Hadouken. To do this move, do a quarter circle forward and press any punch button. Both light and fierce punch versions only hit once. In order to use the move properly, Dan needs to be extremely close to his opponent since the move doesn't have any range at all. As a matter of fact, think of this move as an extended punch and you can combo into it as well. Up next is the Karukan. This move is Dan anti-air. To do this move, do a dragon punch motion and press any punch button. The thing about this move is that it's not completely invincible like the dragon punch and you can be knocked out of it. Sometimes Dan will get a random flash when doing this move. When you see this, that means he's invincible. Also, the Karukan doesn't have any range and is 100% vertical, meaning that you have to be very close in order for the move to be effective. From my understanding, it's best to do this move at the end of combos. The next move on the list is called a Cancun yaku. To do the move, do a quarter circle backwards and press any kick button. Dan will leap forward with a thrusting kick. The light kick version hit once while the fierce kick version hits 3 times. This special move is very good in combos and it has range, making it highly effective. Out of all the normal specials, the Cancun yaku is probably Dan's most effective attack. And you can do it in midair as well. The premium signature is when Dan signs his autograph on a picture of himself. He would then toss the picture to his opponent. To do the move, do a quarter circle forward and press any kick button. While the move itself causes damage, I really wouldn't depend on using it since Dan is literally a sitting duck for the duration of the move. The light kick version will make Dan toss the picture for around half screen distance, while the fierce kick version lets him throw it at full screen range. When Dan holds out his picture, you can actually hit the enemy if you're close enough, like so. If you do a quarter circle forward and press the taunt button, Dan will roll forward and taunt, like so. To roll backwards and taunt, do a reverse quarter circle and press the taunt button. See? Also, you can taunt in midair by simply pressing the taunt button. Dan is like this master of taunts. No one can out taunt Dan in this game. He's the god of taunts. You can throw your enemy by getting close to them, then press forward and fierce punch or fierce kick. The fierce punch version will allow Dan to do a shoulder toss, like so, and the fierce kick version lets him hit the enemy with an uppercut. Out of all the throws, I would say fierce punch is my personal favorite. Before we talk about Dan hyper combos, let's talk about some of his command normal, which I think is highly important. His launcher can be done by pressing down in the fierce punch button. From there you can go into like an aerial rave or aerial combo. His standing medium kick is a 2-hitter and is great for combos. All you have to do is press light punch twice because this game doesn't have 6 buttons like the older game, so you gotta press the light button twice to get to the medium attack. But yeah, his medium kick is a 2-hit. Okay, so for an example, while the enemy is in the corner, do a light punch into a standing medium kick, then press down and fierce punch, then press light punch, light kick, light punch, light kick, light kick. Then go into a fierce kick, Cancun yaku. So the combo will look like this. There we go. Alright, so in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Dan has 5 hyper combos. Yeah, that's right, 5 of them. So let's go over all of them. This small energy wave moves slow, but it packs a punch. To do the hyper combo, do a quarter circle forward and press both punches together. See? And just like the goddocaine, Dan has to be extremely close to the opposition if he hopes to connect the move properly. So yeah, you can't be too far away. You have to be at the right, you have to find a sweet spot, you know? Because if you're too far, the move is going to vanish before it actually touches the opponent. But if you're too close, what'll happen is the move will actually, it'll hit the opponent, but the opponent won't get the full effect of the move. See, but like if I place Dan right here, I can connect with the entire move. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. About right here, and I should get the full 8 hit. The second hyper combo I would like to cover is called the Karu Rika. To do the move, do a quarter circle forward and press both kick buttons. And it looks like this. This move is like the hyper version of the Ryu and Ken, except that it hits twice. And in order to deliver the full damage with the move, make sure to be very close to the enemy. Please come out. There we go. Alright, so what is this hyper called? Hisho by Raken? I probably just annihilated that pronunciation, so please forgive me. Anyways, this hyper combo is the one I used to do all the time back on the Alpha games. Dan will unleash a 10-hit combo for moderate damage. To do this move, do a quarter circle backwards and press both kicks. Remember that Dan has to be very close to his enemy in order for the move to connect. So yeah, you have to be like right up on your opponent's face. And if I'm being honest, you have to be in your opponent's face for most Dan's attacks. Okay, so I think it's I believe it's Chauhatsu Densetsu. Okay, let's just call it a super taunt. So Dan has a super move version of the taunt. To do this move, do 2 quarter circle forwards, then press the taunt button. Let's see, let's come out. There we go. Now use this move to throw off your opponent, and while doing this, it's best to go into a delayed hyper combo with one of Dan's teammates. So I'm gonna do this again, and then I'm gonna do a DHC, delayed hyper combo. Catch him with another hyper combo. Let's try that again. I mean, because like otherwise the move is kind of useless, but you can actually throw him off and then catch him with another hyper, a DHC from with your teammate. Do this one more time. Yeah, you can definitely fake him out that way. So this move is Dan's strongest attack, period. But in order to do this, you need at least 3 meters before you can even attempt the attack. To do the move, press fierce punch, light kick, back, then light punch, light punch. So let's Try it out. There we go. These series of button presses are the exact opposite of Akuma's Raging Demon. Now, just like Dan's other abilities, you have to be close to your opponent since this move come out really slow and is basically a grab. If you land this move successfully, you'll do about 75% damage to a full ball of your enemy's health. The only thing is, when you land the attack, you will almost lose all your HP, so the move is not only disrespectful, but it's risky. Okay, here's what to expect when you use Dan as an assist character. Dan's alpha assist will attack the enemy with a heavy goddocaine. His beta assist will use a heavy karukan, and finally his gamma assist will perform a heavy premium sign. So overall, Dan is a low tier character that should be used by expert players. His lack of range with his fireball and anti-air diminishes zoning game exponentially. So with that being said, you have to bring the fight in close range with Dan. And even though he has lack of range, Dan hits very hard, so do your best to get in. Use his Cancun yaku often and try to finish off most of his combos with it. Remember that the light kick version of the Cancun yaku comes out faster than the fist kick version, even though it hits one time. Continue to pressure your opponent, and if you can get them in a corner, your combo abilities will go through the roof. He will even gain the ability to perform an infinite combo. But infinites is an advanced technique, and I will be making a video about that in the near future. Dan's version of the Raging Demon is the most damaging move in his arsenal, but it comes out really slow. This move should only be his last ditch effort, and if you catch the enemy, it will leave you with one hit point left. Whenever using Dan as an assist, make sure to select the gamma one, but not because of his premium sign. Use it for his Hisho Baireiken, which is his combo super. Well, that's it for this week's installment. And like I said before, please let me know in the comment section who you like to see me cover next in the Marvel and Capcom series. I'm Dad Mishima from Dad and Kids Square 1. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next game. Peace out.